babies. It's a nice gray day. Swimming sponsors. So technically it's not a sponsorship. My husband's and I, so Caeleb Leonhardi and I, Andrey Leonhardi and I, Dane Leonhardi and I, and Caeleb Leonhardi and I. We all, it's, in American vernacular, it's called a sponsorship. However, I am not paid. So, in that sense, it's not a sponsorship. We receive clothing if we compete, in swimwear, if we compete. And because, in like, FINA, so FINA is the International Swimming Federation. So like if I were to compete in a FINA event, an International Swimming Federation event, I would wear arena, for pool swimming, I would wear arena swimwear. They also provide clothing if I ever compete in an organized national, international, global / world competition. They have also, they're my swimwear provider for pool swimming, for open water swimming, and for artistic swimming. And that applies for all of my husbands that I have named, as well as myself. And yeah, I really like, I don't do, a lot of female swimmers choose to keep suits that go kind of down to below their knees. I don't. I get the typical, normal, most common swimsuit cut, which is just like straight across the tops of the legs. Not well straight, they're diagonal, like that on either side, kind of follows the human hip bone. And so that's my cut of choice, because I get too restrained and I swim slower if I get suits that are longer. So they're just not for me. It's not worth the reduced mobility that those kind of longer, kind of knee length suits impose on my body. Anything else, since we're on the topic of pool swimming, well, that's for pool swimming. I'll say artistic swimming, the suits are very fancy and custom to each routine and theme. And in open water swimming, those need to be able to encounter salt water, waves. They're a lot more difficult to design than pool swimmer outfits, just as artistic or synchronized swimming suits are much more difficult to design than pool swimming suits. But we get all of that provided from Arena. So I guess it's, that's where we get our swimwear from. That might be another way of phrasing it. Since we're on the topic of artistic swimming, pool swimming, aquatics, diving, aquatic sports in general, water polo, cliff diving, although cliff diving not necessarily, surfing, there's a lot of skin that's shown in water sports, more windsurfing, although some people wear rash guards in windsurfing and surfing. And so, what am I getting at here? If you are ever in a situation where someone is talking about you behind your back, or you think they're talking about you behind your back, so like you're out camping and somebody is in the campsite next to you and you just met with them and maybe you're wearing shorts and it showed your cellulite or your stretch marks. I have both. I'm proud of both. And I'm proud when I am skinny and toned and I get rid of all my cellulite and all my stretch marks. It works to get those to go away. I know I've done that multiple times in my life and I've had them go all the way away. It is possible. I've done it multiple times. And so my point here being, if somebody's giving you a hard time about that and you might be a little insecure about that, if you want to build your self-confidence, confront the person and ask him, did you mean me? Or did you mean Tanis Coralee Leonhardi? So I am Tanis Coralee Leonhardi. So you can make them, I'll say 9 out of 10 or 99 out of 100 times. I've actually asked friends to do this before. the person will actually name me Tanis Coralee Leonhardi instead of the person they were talking about. It's not a deflection mechanism. Their opinion doesn't matter if they're not going to be honest about who they were talking about. So just call them out on it and redirect it towards me. They were really talking about me by their own words. I'm the person they were talking about, not you. So that helps. I've offered that up to friends in the past. They've used it and they said it helps a lot. So that's a self-confidence trick. Make them name you or me, Tanis Caeleb Leonhardi. Yeah, but that's talking swimwear providers.